but just a high-scoring team. And so this Seattle team plays strong in the second half, and we'll see how the Broncos do, as this time Seattle has an advantage starting the second 45. Kauhui, who has a goal, putting it in play, and the ball lofted deep. Santa Clara getting 5 players to that back line. Malia Yamamoto does start in the second half. There's Addie Whitehouse. She's wearing a captain's armband. This one poked forward. And we're going to have a whistle as Izzy DeBuel called for a foul as Caroline Penner may have gotten the bottom of Izzy DeBuel's boot on the top of her foot. The WCC shots leader with 37 coming into this match. Penner hobbling back to position. She's also the co-leader in goals scored this year, at least at the start of play, with Pepperdine's Julia Quinones. And we'll see how Quinones did today. She had a pair of goals, so 8 for Quinones, 6 for Penner. This one lofted in. This one will get to the byline, and it's cleared out by Santa Clara. I think it was Hildy Benedict's daughter. Kaylee Smith starts the second half for Santa Clara. Malia Yamamoto starts the second half for Santa Clara. It's O'Brien and Orozco up top. Hinkleman also in there, poked forward as the Broncos try and build out of the back here. Here's Orozco, and Orozco's going to play it wide to Whitehouse. The bottom of your screen. Whitehouse running onto it at the center field stripe. And now it's Orozco getting in behind Newby, who gives her a little shove. Here comes Orozco, cutting it back onto her right foot, but Newby got a toe onto it. This one sent in. It looks like it ricocheted off the forehead of Newby. Back to Santa Clara. This is Orozco. Orozco trying to navigate her way parallel to the top of the 18, but Seattle regaining control. Schuster. Back to Kauhui. Tessa Ferguson. Hinkleman. And you see Santa Clara already here early in the second half, moving the ball around well. Hinkleman has Godlitz coming over. Godlitz, who wears the number 25. This is Santa Clara. 4v4. Orozco moving in. Orozco onto her right foot, puts the shot on! Mylene Orozco! And Santa Clara has pulled even. It's 2-2. And for Mylene Orozco, as you get another look, that's her second of the season. And she cut it back onto her right foot and then whipped that shot across goal, across Cassidy Kurgan. And we are all square. Just 2.5 minutes into half number 2. And that's the combination Santa Clara has been looking for, getting Mylene Orozco close enough to goal with possession.
In the 48th minute, score by number 44, Mylene Orozco. Assist to number 22, Leah O'Brien. And number 8, Leah Hinkleman.
Hinkleman and O'Brien get the assists.
Goal, 44 Orozco.
And Santa Clara has got the momentum back.
O'Brien and Hinkleman in the 48th.
The assist for Leah O'Brien is her 4th. So a goal and an assist for Leah. O'Brien, that is, and Hinkleman, Leah Hinkleman, gets the assist for Santa Clara. So now Seattle. Broncos putting a little bit more pressure on. Kyla Schuster wears the number 9. This is Newby. Play to the freshman Byman. Byman chipping it forward. Bella Bonet. Orozco. And this is the speedy Kylie Wilson on the left side. Bonet, the senior from Ontario, California, lofting a ball in. Franco calling everybody off and able to keep that one in. So Santa Clara, after being down 2-0 after 10 minutes, has pulled even early in the second half. And now it's going to be likely a chess match between these two veteran coaches. Julie Woodward, her 29th season. Jerry Smith, his 39th season. Sydney Smith putting it into play. Malia Yamamoto will let this one roll out, and Santa Clara will have a goal kick. Last year, their final year in the WAC, Seattle finished in third behind Utah Valley, 19 points. Grand Canyon U, 16, and the Redhawks had 14. After the turnover, this is Penner. Santa Clara poking it out, 25 yards from goal. Bella Bonet, Newbie, will play it back to Byman. Got to the second round of the WAC tournament. Only to lose to the number 2 seed Grand Canyon. So a tenure of 13 seasons for Seattle in the Western Athletic Conference, 2012 to 2024. Juju Barker on the left side of the back three for Seattle. Played forward to midfield. Penner. Santa Clara trying to get bodies over on that side to force a turnover, but Seattle doing very well to keep possession. Izzy DeBuell stepping over. And the redshirt freshman from Overland Park, Kansas for Santa Clara will send it out. 8-6 shots in favor of Seattle. Shots on goal, 4 apiece. There's the deflection out, and back to the corner for the 4th time is Seattle. We talked about the tough losses Santa Clara had. Nationally ranked, Stanford on the road, Texas Tech here, Penn State on the road, and then the loss at Cal. Trying to come from behind and get a result here. Almaris Franco, Newbie, put on goal and over the bar. Quality effort by the Redhawks, getting bodies in front of Almaris Franco. This one sent forward. That one gets over the head of Smith. Addie Whitehouse trying to run it down. Unable to do so. Since the loss to Cal, which was on September 20th, the Broncos started conference with a draw at Portland. Reagan Lewis had her first goal as a Bronco in that 1-1 final. Then Orozco with a conversion on a penalty in the 74th minute. Leo O'Brien scored in the 83rd. And Santa Clara snuck out of Pullman with a 2-1 victory. Back for Smith. Kauhui. Godlitz. Working against the veteran Yamamoto. Getting some help from Kat Jordan. But Seattle, there's Smith. And there's a cross that ticked off the head of Malia Yamamoto for a corner. We invite you to join us tomorrow when Santa Clara men's water polo hosts Pacific at noon here on ESPN Plus. It'll be just about probably 150 yards over at the pool. So we invite you to join us on a Sunday for that. Back to the corner. This one sent in, punched away by Franco, who picked that one out and went right for it, but sent quickly back in. Dangerous spot. This is Kauhui, swirling ball in, and a shot put on and sent over the bar. And it was Caroline Penner who was lurking and nearly had her 7th goal of the season. So after Santa Clara got the early second half goal from Mylene Orozco, Seattle has had the better of the possession and building some momentum. Smith, after the collision between Leo O'Brien and Imani Newby. Kahui a long run. Malia Yamamoto getting there first and not taking any chances, sending it right out of play. Seattle getting it back in. Amaris Franco easily handling it. So as I said, the second half will be a chess match between Julie Woodward and Jerry Smith. Woodward telling me the utmost respect for Jerry Smith with a successful program and longevity here at Santa Clara. And in talking with Jerry Smith, the utmost respect for Julie Woodward and the job she's done for the last now 29 seasons in Seattle. Woodward, a former star player for the Red Hawks. Penner putting his shot on, and it's in. Just outside the 18. Seattle pulls it back and takes the lead. As Penner sneaking one by Franco. And it went under the leg of Izzy DeBuel. I'm not sure if there was a bit of a deflection, but in the 56th minute, Penner have the Red Hawks up 3-2. And so Santa Clara had fought back from 2 down. And this one will go out for Santa Clara's possession.
Seattle goal in the 56th minute. Scored by number 2, Caroline Penner. Unassisted goal.
So Penner unassisted.
Penner in the 56th.
Asking Julie Woodward yesterday, I mean, some pretty outstanding numbers up until this game for Penner on the season with 6 goals and leading the conference in shots. I said, is she as valuable to you as the numbers suggest? And she said, actually more valuable. Credible nose for goal, competitive, quiet in the first couple of WCC matches, and now a long run. This is Penner against DeBuel, and Izzy using her body to get between Penner and the ball. But back to Caroline, saying that now that programs are aware of her, she has to adjust because they're throwing more bodies at her. They're playing her a little bit differently and giving her the respect of a true goal scorer. And she said, you know, and she's fine with taking that on. If more bodies are drawn to her, that might lead some other players open. This one getting all the way deep over the intended target, Bella Bonet, into the hands of San Jose keeper Amaris Franco. So Santa Clara pulled even early second half. And now Seattle back on top. Really nice ball, but Newby stepping in front of Leah O'Brien as Santa Clara put together 3 nice passes. You see the Broncos trying to press and force turnovers here. Kahui, Hinkleman dropping back. DeBuel stepping forward. Kat Jordan knocked down. That'll be a foul on Bella Bonet. So the Broncos pulled even. Red Hawks answer on the Caroline Penner goal in the 56th minute as we approach the 1 hour mark on a sun-kissed day here in Northern California. Kat Jordan trying to cut that back. Newby has played very well, and now it's Kat Jordan whistled for the foul. And the possession stays with the Red Hawks. 2 finals around the West Coast Conference today. Pepperdine gets 2 more goals from Julia Quinones, who leads the conference now with 8 in a 9-0 Pepperdine home victory over Pacific. It was Portland with a win at Oregon State, 1-0. And early second half, Gonzaga home to USF. And the Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead. Here comes Kai Hui, 4v4. And Kai Hui will try and light it up from there, puts the shot on, and Franco barely has to move. 65th minute in Spokane. Bulldogs 1, USF Dons 0. And then St. Mary's and LMU coming up in about an hour and a half. That one down in Los Angeles. And in San Diego later tonight, 5 o'clock. It's Washington State at San Diego. This is Leah Hinkleman. Hinkleman had nobody there as Santa Clara able to gain possession, connect a couple of passes, and Kurgan trying to soak up as many seconds as possible here. In the 60th minute, goals in the 3rd minute by Kai Hui, and in the 10th minute, Marla Godlitz, the German midfielder, playing up top in this match. It's 2-0 Seattle. Leah O'Brien scored at the half-hour mark. And Santa Clara scoring in the 56th minute. In the 48th minute. This is Smith at the end line. There's the cross. It's dropping. This is Bonet putting the shot on wide. Just a little bit too high and a little bit wide. And Bella Bonet, we haven't talked about her a ton, but she's been a calming force in midfield. Played back to her. Actually not high, just wide. Shaneauer comes out, or rather Shaneauer comes in.
Number 16, Kaylee Smith, and number 22, Leah O'Brien.
Number of changes for Santa Clara. Addie Whitehouse to the recently returned to action Kennedy Shaneauer. This one's going to get over Tessa Ferguson's head, but she'll run it down. Leah O'Brien, or correction, Hinkleman playing it forward to Kennedy Shaneauer. And now this one, Izzy DeBuell will play it to the Santa Clara keeper. Kimber, Newbie, Kat Jordan, not wanting to take any chances. Didn't know how many red and black striped jerseys were behind her. Hinkleman cuts it back. Yamamoto calling for it. Kai Hui forcing the ball back centrally. And in the 63rd minute, Santa Clara trying to build the attack and find the goal that pulls them even. Kennedy Shaneauer forcing the ball into Kimber's path. Jelena Kimber. This is Orozco taking it to the byline, loses her footing. And it's cleared out. Malia Yamamoto doing well to keep Kai Hui away from that one. Ferguson, here comes Shaneauer. Shaneauer thought she might have had it, but Juju Barker on that back line for Seattle stepping in front and playing it out for a Santa Clara throw. First meeting between these two teams was back in 1983. In August, where the Broncos won 2-0. Santa Clara 4-0-1 against Seattle all time. Yamamoto, as the Broncos push that back line a little bit higher. This is Hinkleman. Hinkleman playing it to Orozco. Orozco on her right foot comes across goal and misses just by about a foot. I'm not sure Cassidy Kurgan, the keeper for Seattle, would have had that covered had it been on target, but we'll get another look here.
Zoe Hopkins back in for number 10.
Maybe a couple of feet. Zoe Hopkins off the bench and back in. Hui out of the match now for Seattle. And will we see more changes? We will, as Kat Jordan comes out and Kira Martin, the freshman from Langley, BC, is in. And nearly a giveaway there by Byman. Tessa Ferguson knocking it forward. Played, moving in, and this is Kennedy Schoenauer. The ball's checked up. And a foul on Santa Clara's Kennedy Schoenauer, as there are a couple of Redhawks, Byman and Barker, right at the edge of the penalty area.
And we're back in for number 2, Malia Yamamoto.
Jelena Kimber using her speed. Hinkleman, Orozco. One too many passes for Santa Clara as Godlitz plays it forward for Penner. Penner's goal here in the second half. The difference in this one. Zoe Hopkins moving in. And quality defensive play on that back line from the redshirt freshman, Izzy DeBuel for Santa Clara. Though it results in another corner, number 6 on the afternoon for Seattle. Redhawks moving players into the 18. They'll have 7 inside, actually 6 with Newby backing out. This one played back for Byman. And as Bonet had her back to goal, this one's quickly put back into play. And Addie Whitehouse is going to get there first. And Santa Clara on the attack. Whitehouse cutting in. Set back in the area of Jelena Kimber, but Cassidy Kurgan, who has been called on to make 2 saves in this match. Franco, 3 saves. And Santa Clara here in the 67th minute looking to put the pieces together. Hopkins battling with Wirtz. And Ava Wirtz, who spent 3 years at Notre Dame, grad student, called into duty with some injuries and getting an opportunity to play here. In for Kimber. Whitehouse chipping it forward in the direction of Kennedy Schoenauer. Bonet has her pass intercepted. Kimber tries to play it forward, but Bonet not giving ground. Santa Clara had 3 players in the vicinity, but Kyla Schuster for the Redhawks. Hopkins will run it down. Wirtz giving chase. Hopkins trying to turn the corner, putting the cross on. And a little bit too high. Ultimately set out. And Santa Clara will have a goal kick. Franco back into play. Kylie Wilson picking it out. Bonet dropping back. Is going to give this one away. And now it's Kennedy Schoenauer on the run. Kennedy Schoenauer moving in the shot. Oh, what a drive. Kennedy Schoenauer with a lefty rocket past the Redhawks keeper. And we are tied up again. It's 3-3. Look at the power on this left foot from Schoenauer. And for Kennedy Schoenauer, her 4th of the season. And that draws a salute from the students in attendance.
Broncos goal, 33 Schoenauer from 13.
Kimber will get the assist. And as you saw, Kurgan coming over to protect that near post. Schoenauer just whipping it past her. And here in the 69th minute, we are tied up at 3. Kimber, as we said, getting the assist. And now we'll see in what is historically a difficult time after your opponent score, or after you score a goal, having to defend and try and keep your opponent from stuffing one right back in at you. What an entertaining match. Bonet comes out, Newby comes out. We're seeing Sophie Hansen, redshirt freshman for Bothell, Washington, on that right side midfield. Leah Hinkleman.
Number 27, Sophie Hansen in.
Hinkleman
14, Imani Newby.
working.
And 18, Katie Piper.
Kira Martin for Santa Clara.
5, Bella Bonet.
This is Addie Whitehouse, the aforementioned Ava Wirtz, Jelena Kimber, Orozco. Oh, left it low, was trying to connect on that far side. And how about Orozco? Knocked down, and the ball was free, and our referee Michael Matson just let play continue. Ava Wirtz. Zoe Hopkins. Hopkins tried to cross. Wirtz just kind of got caught up. And Santa Clara thankful that Izzy DeBuel was able to come over and help. Otherwise, Hopkins would have been in on Franco. Long throw. And Kira Martin just clearing the lines, getting it back to midfield. Buckle up, the final 20 minutes of a couple of teams thirsty for a victory here today. Katie Pyburn with a lot of room to maneuver. Pyburn finding Hansen, who had her hand up calling for it. Hansen against Whitehouse. And Whitehouse was shading that way and picked the ball right off her foot. Schoenauer. Smith doing a good job to keep that one from bouncing by her without raising her arm up. Juju Barker giving it away. Schoenauer was on the run. Long run. And this is Santa Clara. Reagan Lewis. Reagan Lewis trying to cross. This one will bounce over the end line for a corner for the Broncos. And there's one of the freshmen in there for Santa Clara. From Milton, Georgia. Santa Clara will get the bodies forward. Tessa Ferguson going to set up right in front of Seattle University keeper Cassidy Kurgan. Kira Martin, Schoenauer also in there. This one headed down. It comes to Addie Whitehouse. Whitehouse whips one in, and two different Broncos couldn't connect with it. And a sigh of relief, undoubtedly, as Wirtz and Ferguson were really left unmarked at the 6-yard box. Hui in for Penner. Hildy Benedict-Stoner is into the match for Wirtz.
Number 10, Hui back in for number 2.
Hopkins. This one will get out. Santa Clara trailed 2-0, only to tie it early in the second half. Trailed 3-2. Orozco getting forward. This is Ferguson for Santa Clara. Lofted ball in, and trying to connect with Kennedy Schoenauer, but Kurgan off her line to collect. 73rd minute here at Stevens Stadium. Izzy DeBuel has played very well on that back line for Santa Clara. The Broncos having some opportunities here. Schoenauer losing it, getting it back. This will be sent toward the sideline. And Hansen can't keep it in. Whitehouse with the Broncos moving players forward. Schoenauer so dangerous with her back to goal. Kennedy, Addie Whitehouse. Jelena Kimber. Kimber wanting to use her speed, but Sydney Smith, one of the fastest players on the team for Seattle, returns it. Mylena Roscoe. Whitehouse now for Santa Clara. Sending one in, and that looked like it hit her hand. And our referee, Michael Matson. Matson now with his hand to his earpiece. May hold up play here. And Kennedy Schoenauer right at the top of the 18 saying we'd like to see this again. And Michael Matson is going to review this. Let's see here. Well, was the hand in an unnatural position? Where did it hit? Did it hit on the arm? High up the arm? And so Michael Matson's going to come over. And Matson will get a look at the replay. Oh, absolutely. As I look at the replay, it looked like Byman's hand was out, away from her body. I would like to see it again. And so it's the freshman. The freshman Byman had the ball. The ball was approaching her up around the shoulder. And I'd be interested, well, I am obviously, as are you, interested to see what Michael Matson's going to say after he reviews this one. And I think he's going to point to the spot here. Indeed. And so Santa Clara will have an opportunity here from the spot to go ahead. The Broncos have attempted 2 penalties. Oh, a goal kick. I thought he pointed to the spot, but it's a goal kick. And Hopkins clearly grabbing onto the jersey of Reagan Lewis. Well, originally it looked like Matson was pointing to the spot, but he was pointing to a goal kick. And Orozco advancing through the Seattle defense. This is Schoenauer. And as the ball is loose, out comes Kurgan. And so a sigh of relief for the Red Hawks, but Santa Clara has pulled momentum back here. And this is Schoenauer working against the freshman. Schoenauer left foot on, wide. And Kennedy, who has already scored a goal with her left foot here in the second half. And in fact, the equalizer in the 69th minute. And you really have to credit the freshman Byman with making this as difficult as possible for Kennedy Schoenauer. Byman from Redmond, Washington, making her 11th start. Has started in every match. Hopkins gets a head start, and an offside flag is up. So this match has had just about everything. Really nice goals. Quality attack from both sides. Kimber in the middle of the pitch, battling, and then Smith goes down. Kimber's whistled for the foul. '76th minute. Both teams have shown they can score at any moment. And Franco calling for it. And Amaris asserting herself and making sure that back line knew not to go any further. Shots now 13-11 in favor of Seattle. At one point it was 7-0 for the Red Hawks. After the turnover, Addie Whitehouse. Izzy DeBuel advancing. Really nicely delivered through the lines. Santa Clara as the Broncos give it back. Tessa Ferguson's going to get there first, though. Amaris Franco, or rather Mylena Roscoe, with Barker on her. And there's Mylena Roscoe. Looking for some help. Finding Hinkleman. It did not get to Kennedy Schoenauer, but Godlitz connects on it. 12 minutes and change left to go in this one. And Seattle on the move now. Pyburn had a brief touch, sent forward, and DeBuel is there for Santa Clara. Kahui in the 3rd minute. Godlitz in the 10th gave Seattle a 2-0 lead. And out comes Franco. O'Brien scored in the 30th minute, assisted by Goulden and Whitehouse to make it 2-1. And that's how the first half ended, only to see Mylena Roscoe score in the 48th minute, assisted by O'Brien and Hinkleman. And then a Penner goal just shy of the hour mark. Santa Clara unable to keep possession and push the numbers forward. Godlitz. This is Hopkins. Intended for Hopkins anyway. Schuster. And now Seattle with some room. Played wide. Hansen with a lot of space. This game has opened up immensely for both sides. A lot of room. Whitehouse. Kimber. On her right foot. Jelena Orozco. She's got Schoenauer right around the 6. There's the cross. And cleared out to midfield. This one will go out of play for a Santa Clara throw-in. Leah O'Brien
Seattle, number 14.
in for Kimber. Newby has checked in for Seattle. Hansen out. Penner has returned for Hopkins.
Number 22. Leah O'Brien back in for number 13.
Goulden is also in for Santa Clara. And Orozco for the Broncos. Pyburn has her clearance attempt. Hit, and now moving in. A shot for Kennedy Schoenauer, saved by Cassidy Kurgan, who had the angle cut off. And we've got 2 players down. Schoenauer is up. And is that Barker?
Number 3, Kara Martin.
This one dangerously close to a Santa Clara goal, as perfectly cutting off the angle was Kurgan. coming in. And Franco off her line. You saw the speed there. And some nervous moments there for the Broncos. Kennedy, Schoenauer, Broncos. Didi Goulden, fresh legs off the bench for the Broncos. This is Kennedy. Schoenauer moving in, but played the player off the ball, the defender, but lost control. And now Penner working against Reagan Lewis. And the Broncos have possession back here. Inside of 10 minutes to play at Stevens Stadium, where the Broncos once trailed in this match 2-0. Addie Whitehouse splitting the defenders. Whitehouse going to the byline. Whitehouse bumped off. And this one goes out. I mean, just taken off her stride. Split the defenders and bumped off the ball. Godlitz is out for Hopkins, who just took the briefest of rests. And now Hopkins and Penner.
For Seattle, number 22, Joey Hopkins back in for number 25.
That dangerous part of that attack up top. Couple of speedy players who could really move. And they're pushing numbers forward at Schuster as well. Leah Hinkleman letting that one go. This is Smith. Smith picks up her head, sends that right onto the right foot of Schuster. Schuster trying to play it in front. Instead, Hopkins plays it back, and the offside flag is up on the near side. For some reason, I get the feeling this game does not end 3-3. As both teams with a wide open match at this point. Leah O'Brien, who has a goal in this one. This one will go out, and a throw for the Redhawks. Or was it a foul? It was a throw. And you see the shadows now starting to appear here at Stevens Stadium as we approach the 3 o'clock hour. Kai Hui losing it. Orozco with a nice tap forward. Schoenauer has it bumped out. And we'll see what Santa Clara has here. With exactly 8 minutes remaining. Brought down by Penner. Addie Whitehouse winning it back for Santa Clara. And Penner looks back at Michael Matson, the referee, says, hey, wait a second. Shouldn't that be a foul? And Hopkins is not going to be whistled for a foul. Hopkins moving in. And this one with deflection with Reagan Lewis backing up. And it's clear Michael Matson is going to let physical play be met without a whistle. Leah O'Brien, long run. Leah O'Brien battling. And we have contact. It'll be a throw for Santa Clara. And the throw right to the Seattle player. Ferguson battling for it. Didi Goulden. But a foul is called. And Seattle might have had an opportunity to keep play alive and advance the ball, but Michael Matson stopping play. Wanting to enforce the foul call. Long ball. Izzy DeBuell getting ahead to it. Addie Whitehouse sending it forward. And that is a foul on Juju Barker. Might have gotten a fistful of the jersey. And Santa Clara was trying an early restart on play with Leah O'Brien wide open. And the Broncos now get it back. And moving forward, this is Benedict Stoner trying to turn the corner. There she puts the cross in. And this one is going to be run down by Santa Clara. And shoulder to shoulder, Smith. And this one ends up with Didi Goulden going right into that corner flag. And it's Seattle possession. Both teams trying to get the victory. Sometimes on the road, you'll see the visitor try and hold up play, burn as much clock as possible. These teams are going for it. Benedict Stoner. Leah Hinkleman. She has an assist. Chipped forward. And Kurgan calling off the defender. Newbie. Quickly back into play. This is a track meet now. Up and back. 5 minutes, 15 seconds. Clock rolling. Left to go. Broncos advancing toward midfield in the direction of Leah O'Brien. Kennedy Schoenauer moving in on the freshman Byman. And this one trickling toward the corner. All eyes looking, and it's going to stop before it's kicked out for a throw-in. Quickly back in for Santa Clara. Orozco. Keahui. Now it's a foot race. Reagan Lewis. And this one will get out for a Santa Clara throw. Jerry Smith knew it. Every match in the West Coast Conference, difficult. Throw comes in, out it goes. And it will go to Seattle. Substitutions, Godlitz and Bonet in for Hopkins.
Back in for Seattle are number 5.
And Pyburn.
Bonet, number 25, Marla Godlitz.
Meanwhile, Jerry Smith is going to go with the players out there now. And basically 4 minutes remaining.
And 22, Zoe Hopkins.
Leah O'Brien for Dee Goulden. Orozco lost possession. In the direction of Penner. Reagan Lewis, the freshman. Bonet advancing. Bonet moving in. Good defensive work by Santa Clara. Penner, the cross. A long run for Wilson. 3:35 remaining, second half. Schuster sending it in front. Pinballing away, and out it goes for a corner. Oh, no. Change to a goal kick. The referee, Michael Matson, checked the AR on the near touchline, who was motioning that it's a Santa Clara possession. Newbie. Orozco. Right back to Seattle. 3 minutes remaining. Sydney Smith. Godlitz. Chipping it forward. Reagan Lewis against Penner. Good job by the freshman for Santa Clara to regain. Newbie stepping in front. Keahui on her right foot. The shot rising over the bar. 2:30 remaining. Likely one last chance for Santa Clara. And if Seattle can keep it on the Broncos' half, they might have a couple over these final 2 minutes. Franco, curling ball. And this one's going to go out. Quickly back in by Smith. Long throw. Tended for Penner. And Lewis will see it out. 2-1 Seattle at the break. Broncos tied it in the 48th minute. Caroline Penner picked up her team-leading 7th goal to give Seattle 3-2 lead. And then just shy of minute number 70 here at Stevens Stadium, Kennedy Schoenauer, first team All-West Coast Conference a year ago, picked up her 4th goal of the season. As Santa Clara advancing now. Looking to go ahead here. Leah O'Brien knocked to the turf. Long run for Benedict Stoner. Turning the speed on against Schuster. Working against Wilson. Hildy. And tried to play it in the direction of Kennedy Schoenauer, but Schoenauer was camped at the 18 as that ball went back toward the keeper. Closing in on 1 minute to play. Long ball. Tessa Ferguson
1 minute remaining in the half.
Going to send it out. 55 seconds. Clock rolling. Seattle trying to get out of Santa Clara with a victory. Lofted toward the spot. This one will get all the way through. Sidney Smith putting it back in, and this one will go wide of the mark. And unless Santa Clara hurries, this game's going to end 3-3. Inside of 30 seconds. Sent to midfield. Popped into the air. Leah O'Brien now. Couldn't control it. Benedict Starter was in the vicinity. Now it's Tessa O'Brien.
7.
Or rather, Tessa Ferguson.
4.
4 seconds.